Alright, what's going on guys, Fortminorproject aka David Rivera in here for another video. This time bringing it back, solo style. That's right, pro wrestling today. Couple of thoughts that I want to be able to talk about right here only on the Fortminorproject aka David Rivera channel. Haven't done this one in a while. Roll that damn intro. Alright, what's going on guys, Fortminorproject aka David Rivera, obviously in here for another video. In here, yes, bringing back pro wrestling today. And with that being said, I got a couple of topics, actually a lot of topics to really be talking about here that's been going on. Some that I've either already talked about, not too much, but a little briefly, but getting more in thoughts. And stuff that I actually haven't really gotten the chance to talk about and stuff like that, and what's been going on with me on the channel. As of late, I know you've seen a lot of the video game content that has been on my channel, so just exploring that a lot more, since, you know, video games are a big part of me and stuff like that. So there's going to be a lot more of that coming. I'm going to try and do some other food reviews later on in the works, definitely, especially when Chris comes around in July and stuff. So that's going to be definitely something to look forward to, as the house show is fastly approaching. June is just about over and stuff. And not only that, we got some of the pay-per-views out of the way, like for Money in the Bank most recently, which actually, you know, could have been done a lot more better. It wasn't the greatest, but I will say it was good at best. The women's Money in the Bank ladder match could have been done a lot more better. I mean, you know, to start off it was fine, but the ending was weird. Of course, the controversy that had transpired with James Ellsworth winning the Money in the Bank briefcase for the women, but really overall it was supposed to go to Carmella, and that's what happened. James Ellsworth climbed the top of the ladder, grabbed the briefcase, and handed it over to Carmella. So basically, you know, with that, didn't really care for that, even though it was technically legal and stuff like that, and anything does go in terms of that match, so anyone can really interfere or even grab the briefcase for that matter. But it was for the women, it was still historic. So now with that, we are going to get a rematch, believe it or not, for the first time ever on SmackDown Live. The women's Money in the Bank briefcase will be once again defended, and we'll see what happens in the return match, the rematch if you will, since we get to see a lot of those, unfortunately. But this one having more of a better meaning because it's for the briefcase and with the controversy and stuff like that. So we'll see if Carmella can actually get it the right way this time. I don't think James Ellsworth is going to be involved. I think he's going to be banned this time from Meek's side, if I'm not mistaken on that. I could be wrong, but with that being said, we'll see if Carmella can actually get it. Since I don't mind her winning it, it's just how James Ellsworth got it. That's what really was a little annoying, if you ask me. So there was that, and also, of course, Baron Corbin. He was able to get things for the briefcase for the men's side of things. So that was actually a great match too, with that being said. And actually, most recently too, Lana made her wrestling debut, which actually wasn't too bad. I'm sure we'll get to see a lot more and stuff like that, to see where Lana is going to be able to hold her own in the ring. So, you know, Money in the Bank in a nutshell, if you will. You know, was a good pay-per-view, wasn't the greatest or anything like that, but there are only a couple of things that I didn't really care about. Also, when we had a return and a debut, the returning Maria, and as well the debuting of now Mike Kanellis, which is really cool. I wasn't too sure about it at first, but you know, when the theme song hit and everything, I thought it was really catchy, and that theme song has been stuck in my damn head for the longest time now. So yeah, if I ever get married, I guess I'll have that theme song played or something like that. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, Mike and Maria Kanellis, really cool that they're in WWE. So I'm curious how things are gonna go. Having them being a couple, obviously a power couple, and for SmackDown Live, so that's going to be pretty interesting to see where things are going to go, since I really liked what they've done for TNA. They didn't do a whole lot, but for the little bit that they've done in Impact Wrestling, that's fine. So it's somewhat the same, but it's more of, do you believe in love, really? So there's that. Also, most recently we had Braun Strowman, which is dope and awesome, and he is definitely a badass for Mr. Braun Strowman returning, so that's going to be pretty cool to see where things are going to be going now that he's got unfinished business with Roman Reigns and stuff. So they're looking to be facing each other in the ambulance match at Great Balls of Fire. So with that pay-per-view, I don't see why they wouldn't have the Great American Bash come back, which is weird, but it's crazy it's still the pay-per-view name. But hey, WWE, yeah, for them, WWE is still going with it and stuff. So yeah, it is what it is, but the match itself, actually should be great. Of course, we also got Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar there, a couple of other matches, the Hardys and Cesaro and Sheamus for the return match. I'm pretty sure it might be a 2 out of 3 Falls rematch, since we didn't really get to have that final conclusion there on Raw, which was the main event a while back. So we'll see how that's gonna go. Curious to see how they're gonna do the women's title match, if it's gonna be like a 6-pack women's challenge. That would be pretty interesting to see. Maybe we'll have something different, unless it's just gonna be Bayley getting the women's championship back away from Alexa Bliss in a 1-on-1 match. So that kind of remains to be seen. I'm sure Dean Ambrose and The Miz will have one final match, maybe, I'm sure. Even though I don't really care too much for the feud at the moment, but I actually would like to see something else for Dean Ambrose and The Miz, even though The Miz has the entourage right now with Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas, so at least that's pretty cool and stuff like that. So that's it basically, what's ahead for Great Balls of Fire. So there's that, and also most recently with Big Cass turning heel. I don't know how I feel about that on Enzo Amore, since I know when Crime Time had their split and everything, they really didn't go anywhere, which is kind of sad and unfortunate. They're actually one of my favorite tag teams, 2 at the time, so now especially 2 Enzo Cass, where I felt like they should have won the tag team titles, especially on NXT. They haven't won it on the main roster yet, so of course who knows when that's going to happen. If they do pair up again after this split, and where Big Cass is going to go, that remains to be seen. So I'm kind of a little bit on the fence on it, since I like them more as a tag team. I would have liked them to feud with the Revival and everything, since they were shown pretty much backstage each and every time Big Cass was dealing with Enzo and stuff like that, when they were both attacked and stuff like that, and having Kurt Angle and Corey Graves involved, and it's all kind of like scandal, if you will. So it's been crazy. So I'm sure Big Cass and Enzo Amore might have a match at SummerSlam, which is probably going to be happening. So we'll see when it comes to that, or maybe even that at Great Balls of Fire, if they have it on there and stuff like that. Also too, I didn't really get to talk about with another team split between R-Truth and Goldust. It's really cool that Goldust is himself again. Hopefully that stays and stuff, so that's really cool. We get heel Goldust and stuff, and I know Goldust and R-Truth are going to have a match, I believe, on Raw this upcoming Monday. So there's going to be that as well. So I wanted to touch a little bit briefly on that. So that about does it for everything else. And of course for WWE 2K18, I talked about that too a while back while playing games and stuff. A little briefly, I know Seth Rollins is on the cover, which is really cool, seeing a current cover star for the game, and it looks like it's just going to be for the PS4, as they got it on the background for current generation. So it's going to be PS4, Xbox One, I believe the Switch, for those of you who are using the Switch and stuff like that. So that's going to be pretty interesting, and for, I believe, most likely for the computer, PC, and stuff like that. So we're gonna be seeing new game modes from what I've seen. I've been keeping up with the news and stuff like that, and the rumors and what's potentially gonna be happening. So, you know, I look forward into the games. I'm definitely gonna be pre-ordering it. Probably gonna try and get the special edition or the deluxe edition. Gonna try and get that so I can play the game early, a couple days early, and see where that's gonna go on that. I would get the collector's one, but that is kind of a lot of money for me, even though I like how they have things going for it, and they add some really cool special stuff for it. So that's really dope. But I am looking to get the deluxe edition, so that's where it's gonna be most likely for me, if not the basic one, which is fine. I'm all set with that. So yeah, that's about it for everything that's been going on in the world of wrestling and stuff like that. I know too, I don't really keep up too much with Ring of Honor as much as I should. I have been watching Women of Honor. I've been really enjoying that. I'm trying to get more into that, but I know most recently Cody Rhodes getting the ROH World title. That's really cool to hear, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be pretty damn interesting to see where that's going to go. So I'd like to actually keep up with that, especially with Lucha Underground and the other stuff that's been going on. Of course, I've been keeping up with Impact Wrestling and all that other stuff. So that about does it for me for Pro Wrestling today. Look for other future episodes, an actual video from once. It's been a while. I know, just gearing up for bigger changes going on for me as of late, and as well getting ready for the summer WWE Raw House Show coming up July 21st. Gonna have a whole big thing, whole weekend plan. So we'll see where things are gonna go. So that will be coming up very soon, within the next couple of weeks. It'll be here before you know it, because June is already basically over and stuff. So with that being said, what are your thoughts and opinions of what's been going on in wrestling as a whole in general? With that being said, and of course leave your comments. I always appreciate your feedback on that. Until then, and only then, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Whenever the hell that next video may be. Until then, I'll catch you guys then, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. See you guys. Peace.